Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And then this lesson, we're going to go in on this hell that's taking place over there in the land of Israel, man, against the Palestinians and the Israelis, the so-called Jews. And this has been going on since the so-called Jews have been in that land. Back in 1948, there's always been tension over there. And this is the work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. Right before I play this, I want to read something to you. This is Isaiah. Then I want to get a quote. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 2. I'm going to start at 1. And it says, the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Judah represents the southern kingdom. Jerusalem represents the northern kingdom, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites and the Jews according to the Bible. Verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, meaning that the government of the nation of Israel will be established, man. The elect is going to be established. Right? It says, in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it, man. All these other heathen nations, man, they're going to flow to the children of Israel. Right? Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, right? So all the nations are going to want to know, which they're going to have to do it anyway. They're going to serve our God, whether they like it or not. They are going to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, whether they like it or not, man. Right? So it says, and he will teach us of his ways, which are the commandments, how to live in a righteous society, right? Right? You won't have no sodomy, no pedophilia, no child pornography, no pornography, period, man. You're not going to have abominable foods that's going to be eaten. You're going to live in a total righteous society according to the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And it says, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law. The law is the commandments, and the law was only given to the Israelites, right? It said, and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem, and he shall judge among the nations. This is the point. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. That's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing to the so-called Jews, right? To the Palestinians, and the Palestinians that's in that land. They don't belong in that land. Because Palestinians go back to Palestine, which are so-called Africans, man. Right? Right? The true Palestinians are so-called Africans. Right? So it says, and they shall, it said, and shall rebuke many people. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua got those two going to war with each other since the mid 1900s, man. Right? And it says, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, right? So now there's being a changing in the land, right? Why? It says, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore, man. So this is telling you that when the real Jews and real Israelites go in the land of Israel, there will be war no more, man. Nobody's going to lift up sword against sword, man. Right? Nobody's going to, there's not going to be nation against nation. There's going to be peace. As they would always say, peace in the Middle East. There's going to be literal peace in the so-called Middle East, man. right? When the true Jews and Israelites are in the nation, are in the land of Israel, right? So this is showing you why there are 5 dead, 5 so-called Palestinians dead in Israel, man. Because those are not the people of the land. This is why you have war going on in that land, because those are not the true people of the land. Right? So let's play this. Yahweh Shem Shah willing to elect the other 5. I don't want it to be too long. Shalom.
Day for Palestinians, as we said, 5 reported killed in clashes with IDF troops. For more, let's go to Palestinian security analyst Mohammed Najib in Ramallah. And first of all, Mohammed, I understand there is some kind of protest, general strike there in Ramallah over this situation today.
Yes, Khalif, it was a bloody day where 5 Palestinians killed by the Israeli bullets today in the West Bank. 2 of them were brothers in Beit Rima, northwest of Ramallah. So it's clear that most of the killing incidents of the Palestinians took place during stone throwing incidents and not through military clashes with the Israeli armed forces. So for this reason, the Palestinians think there is deliberate and escalation from the Israeli side. And they said that the Israeli armed forces incursions of the Palestinian West Bank towns and villages increased recently, which will lead for more clashes between Palestinian stone throwers and the IDF, and more violence and more incidents as well we witnessed today.
All right. I do want to point out, according to the Israeli army accounts, there were Molotov cocktails involved and live fire in some of these incidents.
And you see what was going on over there, man. They was throwing rocks, anything they could find, man. And that's coming to America, right? All hell is about to break loose in America, man. You know, there's about to be things that's going to take place on this land that you've never seen before in your since you've been on this earth, man. Right? This 5 Palestinians killed at West Bank violence, right? There was an Israeli boy who also was killed, right? This is Psalms 43, verse 1. Judge me, O power, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. This ungodly nation that is speaking about is the so-called Jews, man. Right? Amalek, the small hats, man. Right? So it says, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man, because that's what they are, man. They are deceitful and unjust. They hold to that that anti-shield. Everything is anti-this and anti-that, but they never break it down. So the Most High is going to charge them with being deceitful, right? With being ungodly and being unjust, man. Especially to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Right? Things are about to take a turn for the worse. And what manner of person ought ye to be, man? You're supposed to be in holy conversation. You're supposed to be trying to figure out what to do when these things take place before they take place, man. Which is turn back to Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? Let's continue.
As well. But what about the sense there in the West Bank? It seems like the clashes are occurring more frequently, Mohammed.
There is an unprecedented outrage among the Palestinians in the West Bank. The footage of the funerals where thousands participated in Beit Rima funeral today, as well as in Hebron, Beit Omar, North Hebron, and in Al-Mughayr this evening. So it's a very angry feelings among the Palestinians who think that the Israeli government.
And you see, they carrying dead bodies. It's going to come a time real soon that you're not going to be able to mourn someone, man. Right? It's going to be so many people being put to death. It's not going to be no ceremonies, right? No gathering together, no vigils. vigils, whatever they call them. It's not going to be none of that, man. No funerals. You're not going to be able to have a service, right? Because it's going to be overkill out here. When it comes to America, it's going to, that's when you're going to know it's the end, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is judging America, but soon he's going to up the ante, man. Right? And you living in the last days. So I would suggest you don't put your faith into America, man. This is Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and as he sat, who's the he? Yahushua. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, man? So the disciples was asking Yahushua, what's going to be the signs of the end of the world? How are we going to know that you're coming back? How are you going to know when, how we're going to know that it's the end? So we jump, right? It says, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. You got that going on in Russia, the Ukraine, Iran, North Korea, South Korea, Taiwan, China. You know, all of these nations, they got rumors going on. We're going to bomb this. We're going to shoot missiles at this, right? They throwing threats around. This is all the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua being put in these nations, man. So it says, saying, let me read that again. Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, seeing that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all these things must come to pass, man. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You know? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not playing with you people, man. You figure that you can do what you want. You was put on this earth to do your own thing, right? No, you was put on this earth to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to come back to your true heritage and your nationality, right? And come out of the ways of America. Because America's headed down this path, man. Right? Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. Now, mind you, all of these things that I'm reading is signs that our Savior, the Messiah, Yahushua, is about to make his second coming. Right? These are all signs of the end. So it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. You got nation rising up against nation, right? You got nation killing nations, right? You got tension and judgment between nations. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences, which are a shortage of food, which is a famine, right? You're about to come into the famine of the word, where you're not going to be able to hear this truth, right? It said, and pestilences, which are diseases, viruses, things of that sort. It said, and earthquakes in diverse places. There's a lot of earthquakes that's happening that's not being reported, right? That's what you got going on, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is just warming up. Luke chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified. So the Lord is telling his elect, his servants, the prophets, don't be afraid, man, when all these things are happening. Right? Don't be afraid. Don't be terrified, right? It said, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, right? So things are being reiterated, right, throughout the scriptures. You know how with our people, you got to say things more than once for them to get it, man. The Most High knows, right? Knows our people because we his people. All right, this will be my last one. Then I'm gonna get this quote, and we're gonna close out. This is Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 15. It says, well, I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world," meaning destruction to the world, "and them that dwell therein." Right? "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh." Right? "And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." What's the modern day sword? The gun. Then it can mean a literal sword. It can mean a machete. Anything that's used as a weapon to kill you is a sword, man. But the number one sword is the gun. So the Lord said, let me read it again. "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh," meaning it's near. All hell is about to break loose out here. And you out here playing games, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man and woman. And children, you playing games out here, man. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands," man. So, hey, the sword is about to increase throughout the earth. And those so-called Jews over there, they was never going to have peace in that land, man. Right? I'm about to get a quote to show you, man, the leader of the Arab council, it said, man. Right, which is he's the president. The president of the United Arab Republic, right? Formerly president of the Republic of Egypt, right? We're gonna get his quote right now. So Salakia, let me go out of this real quick. Oh, let me finish this, matter of fact, and then we're gonna get the quote.
Decided to escalate the violence against the Palestinians before the formulation of the new right-wing government headed by Benjamin Netanyahu and membership of Itamar Ben-Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich. So the Palestinians are deeply concerned of this violence and escalation.
Right. All right, Mohammed Najib in Ramallah, thank you for that.
And they've been saying that, oh, we gotta do something before it increases. Hey, you can't do nothing, man. Right? So let's get out of here. All right, for 1 second, Israel. 1 second. One second, Israel. All right. All right. This is right, I just want to read this quote to you. Right over here, it says, "War on Israel." Right? So it says, they left black. The war on Israel. When he was asked about peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated the Jews will never be able to live here in peace, talk about in the land of Israel, because they left here black but came back white, man. Right? So, hey, that's what it's talking about, man. And here's another one. It says, second president of United Arab Republic, formerly president of the Republic of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, the Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. The late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television, "You, the Jews, will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black but came back white. We cannot accept you." This was in 1952. Now, in 1948, that's when the British Mandate was established, and they put the so-called Jews in the land of Israel, right? So I just wanted to get that just to show you right? So from there, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah, right, for blessing me to do this lesson. And I hope you was edified, the elect. And hey, Israel, y'all better repent, man. Seek Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah while he may be found. Because we don't have that much time left, man. So with that, I want to say shalom. Love y'all, Israel. Until next time, shalom.